One of the reasons why I started watching the new Star Wars show Andor was because of the excitement I felt after watching Rogue One. In Rogue One, you had strong characters like Jinners or Galenus and Saw Gerrera. You also had a lot of action, firefights, as well as explosions, and it's absolutely one of the best Star Wars movies I ever seen. Surprisingly, you don't have any of those characters present in Andor, which was a letdown for me, and so far the show has been kinda slow. Of course, it might be better eventually, but I feel it is kinda strange that you don't build a little more from the excitement of that movie. Andor is also one interesting character in this movie, which of course is the main character in the new show. In the movie, you see Andor as this rebel captain who is also a spy. It is also very interesting to see the chemistry he has with Gina also. I also kinda feel he is a character as it seems right now that is more interesting when he has become this rebel captain rather than when you watch his background. That's at least what seems to be the case right now in Andor, where the story is told through massive flashbacks where you're breaking the story and it doesn't really have anything to do with what's going on right at the moment. One of the reasons this show made me excited for Andor was because of the way they played down the emotions. The movie has received a little critique for that. But in my opinion, that's what actually makes this movie good. In many of the Star Wars shows and movies like Mandalorian, like Boba Fett, and The Last Jedi, you let the emotions between the characters run the show too much. What you do is that you take away some of the exciting moments. In the next to last episode of Boba Fett, for instance, you could have built up the coming battle. But instead, you had to introduce Baby Yoda and Luke, which really don't have anything to do with the main story. Anyways, the writers had to show the emotions between them rather than building up the final fight. Instead, in this movie, they fill many of the scenes with action rather than emotions. You still have got them, but they tone it down. You, for example, see Jyn Erso emotional when her father goes down, but she doesn't spend half an hour crying about it. What they do in this movie is that they create so much more excitement for the viewer to enjoy, which was highly appreciated on my part, and one of the reasons I even gave it an 8 out of 10. Another feature that's also an interesting one is the way you see lots of other planets that you don't really have seen in the Star Wars saga before. Visually, they also look great, and that's also one reason why I felt it was tempting to watch Andor. Also, the adversaries from the Empire are very good characters in the story. Characters like Director Krennic are impressive in their own right, which just contributes to the darker mood of this movie. That's a mood I'm hoping by the time we also can experience in Andor. Anyways, guys, that's at least what made me excited about Andor, and I'm hoping it will improve in the future. For you guys watching the show, the first and the second episode wasn't too good, but the third one made the show feel a little better.